The plane carrying Samora Machel fell from the sky in the middle of the night. No warning, no final speech, no goodbye. One moment. Mozambique's revolutionary president was returning home from an international meeting. The next moment, Africa had lost one of its most determined liberation leaders. And to this day, many still believe his death was no accident. Before he became president, Samora Machel was just another African living under colonial rule. Mozambique was controlled by Portugal, and for decades, the colonial government treated Africans as second-class citizens in their own land. Most people lived in poverty while the country's wealth flowed outward. Speaking against the system was dangerous. Resisting it could cost your life. But Samora Machel believed silence was worse. As liberation movements began spreading across Africa, he joined the struggle against Portuguese rule. The fight would become one of the most brutal anti-colonial wars on the continent. Machel joined Frelimo, the front for the liberation of Mozambique. Deep inside forests and rural villages, fighters trained in secret. Weapons were limited, resources were scarce, but the movement kept growing. Samora Machel quickly became known for his discipline, determination, and powerful speeches. To many young Mozambicans, he represented something they had never seen before. A future without colonial rule. Years of war followed. Villages were bombed, families were separated, entire communities were trapped between violence and survival. But Portugal was weakening. Its colonial empire was collapsing under pressure. And by the 1970s, the tide had turned. In 1975, Mozambique finally gained independence. For the first time in centuries, the country belonged to its people. Samora Machel became the nation's first president. Crowds celebrated in the streets. To millions, he was not just a politician. He was the face of liberation itself. But freedom brought new problems. Mozambique had inherited a broken system. Poverty was everywhere. Infrastructure barely existed, and enemies surrounded the country. Machel believed rapid change was necessary. He launched campaigns for education, healthcare, and national unity. He encouraged collective development and pushed socialist policies meant to rebuild the nation from the ground up. Some admired his vision. Others believed his government moved too aggressively. As Cold War tensions spread across Africa, Mozambique became trapped in a dangerous political battlefield. Rebel groups backed by outside forces began attacking villages, destroying roads and destabilizing the country. Civil war consumed Mozambique. Thousands died, millions suffered, and through it all, Samora Machel remained a symbol of resistance across southern Africa. He openly supported liberation movements, fighting white minority rule in neighboring countries. That made him respected by many Africans, but dangerous to others. Then came October 19, 1986.
Machel was returning from a meeting in Zambia aboard a presidential aircraft. Late at night, the plane suddenly crashed near the South African border. Many aboard died instantly. Questions spread immediately. Why had the aircraft changed direction? Why were experienced pilots unable to correct the course? And why did the crash happen near apartheid South Africa? A government hostile to many liberation leaders. Official investigations blamed pilot error, but suspicion never disappeared. Some believed false navigation signals may have been used to lure the plane off course. Others believed powerful forces wanted Samora Machel gone. Even decades later, the mystery still follows his death. What remains undeniable is the impact he left behind. To supporters, Samora Machel was a freedom fighter who helped end colonial rule and stood against oppression across Africa. To critics, he was a revolutionary whose policies helped push Mozambique into hardship and conflict. But history remembers him as one of the men who refused to accept that. Africa should remain under foreign control. A revolutionary forged in war, a president shaped by struggle, and a leader whose final moments remain one of Africa's enduring mysteries.